Real Madrid's golden boy, the midfield maestro, Jude Bellingham, the man who could do no wrong, turned into the villain of the night as he was wildly blamed for being the reason Real Madrid drew 1-1 against Osasuna. You won't believe what Real Madrid's head coach said about him. In this video, I will explain everything to you in full details. Before I continue, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to start getting daily breaking news from us. In a moment of madness, the England international let his emotions take the wheel. Unleashed all started when Bellingham, fuming over a questionable foul call, barked "F off" in frustration. But the referee, perhaps with selective hearing or just itching for drama, interpreted it as "F you," an outright insult. Without a second thought, he brandished a red card, leaving Bellingham, his teammates, and Madrid fans in absolute disbelief. Carlo Ancelotti and his players protested, their jaws practically hitting the turf. Dissent usually warrants a yellow card, not an instant dismissal. But the referee stood firm, sending Bellingham for an early shower and leaving Madrid down to 10 men in enemy territory. Until Bellingham's sending off, Madrid had been cruising. A first-half goal from Kylian Mbappé put them in the driver's seat, and things seemed under control. But with their midfield engine suddenly ripped away, cracks began to form. The Osasuna fans, sensing an opportunity, turned up the heat. Madrid's traveling supporters, already furious with several controversial calls, erupted in chants of "corruption en la Federación," corruption in the Federation. Their anger wasn't unfounded. Decisions had been going against them all night. Ancelotti himself had already received a yellow card for arguing a denied handball appeal. And then, the inevitable happened. Down a man, Madrid's defense wobbled. Osasuna smelled blood and launched wave after wave of attacks. The pressure finally paid off when Ante Budimir converted a penalty, leveling the score. What should have been a routine victory for Los Blancos had unraveled into a nightmare. Even with 10 men, Madrid fought tooth and nail for a winner, but their efforts were in vain. The final whistle blew, and the scoreboard read 1-1. A match that should have ended in triumph had turned into a frustrating stalemate, all because of a few words spoken in the heat of the moment. After the match, Ancelotti didn't hold back. The referee misunderstood Bellingham's English. He said, "F off," not "F you." The translation in Spanish is different. The Italian tactician insisted Bellingham's words were directed at himself, not the official, and the punishment was beyond harsh. Bellingham himself echoed the sentiment, visibly frustrated by what he deemed a massive communication error. It's an expression like the Spanish word joder. It wasn't an insult. You can even see in the video, I turned away from the referee when I said it. The Englishman, who had been riding high after his Champions League heroics against Manchester City midweek, was now in the eye of the storm. His red card left Madrid with one less player, cost them 2 crucial points, and fueled the already growing belief that refereeing decisions were working against them. Madrid right-back Dani Carvajal took to social media after the game with a cryptic message. Hoy ha tocado expulsion. Today it was expulsion, accompanied by a thinking emoji and 2 crying with laughter emojis. Was he mocking the referee's decision, pointing out a pattern of biased calls, or simply expressing his disbelief at the absurdity of it all? Whatever the case, Madrid fans knew exactly what he meant. This wasn't the first time Bellingham had been sent off in Madrid colors. His last red card came against Valencia in March last year, but this one stung even more. With La Liga's title race tighter than ever, dropping points to Osasuna was a major blow. Despite the controversy, Bellingham will be available for Madrid's blockbuster Champions League showdown against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. However, his absence in La Liga could prove costly as Los Blancos battle Barcelona and Girona for the crown. Madrid fans will be left wondering, did Bellingham's emotions cost them the game? Or was this yet another case of La Liga referees flexing their power against the Giants? One thing's for sure, this red card will be talked about for a long time.